My next guest, I have been wearing her shoes for a little while now. I love them so much. The one and only BeBe Mehr is my next guest for the Vegan Sexy Cool podcast. Hi, BeBe.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm loving the shoes behind you. I love that you've got this wall of shoes. This is your
Yeah.
place, right? This is your dining room.
Yes. Yeah. I converted the dining room in the house into an office. I mean, the shoes are taking over the whole house at this point, but I
I
think
love
that's every girl's dream. So,
So yes, it is. I'd rather have shoes throughout my house, just like
yeah, me
Carrie
too.
Bradshaw with clothing
Yeah.
in the oven and all that kind of stuff. I'm so that girl. So award season just ended. Did you
hmm
see a lot of Cult of Coquette shoes on the red
Not
carpet?
as not as much as last year. This
Hmm,
year we loaned a lot. They came and pulled, but I didn't see anything end up on anyone. Grammys, there was a little bit, not last year, Vanity Fair, we had Miley Cyrus,
yeah,
was a big one.
yeah.
Somebody else was Vanity Fair party. But this year, Oscars wasn't much, but Grammys, LMA wore some. Then we had a few people pull that didn't happen. It sucks because they
Nice.
have to have so many choices, and you never know if you're going to end up being the choice. So
Well, that's the way it works. A lot of people don't know that
yeah,
when celebrities, pull your shoes, it's one of many pairs of shoes. It's one of many, gowns and things that they have to
yeah.
choose from. So they never know until that moment, the day of really, what they're going to wear.
No, I'm stalking social media, just waiting, looking at every picture they're tagged in to see, did we
Yeah.
end up? A lot of times, sometimes the stylist will reach out and tell us ahead of time that she ended up with it. Depends how my relationship with them is, but most of the time I'm just sitting on the phone waiting, hoping.
Well,
Yeah,
I was glad that I found you, and I think it's been a little over a year
yeah,
that I found you and emailed you. I was like, because I was searching for, once I became a vegan, I wanted to do not just with my diet, but with my clothing.
yeah.
And I wanted fashionable vegan shoes. And I was searching and searching, and there was Cult of Coquette. So tell me
Yeah.
why you started this company.
I started it because my background was I owned a boutique in Arizona. I had that for about 8 years. And in 2008, I stopped eating meat. And I was selling some things that were made of leather. And I just thought, I can't do that anymore now. You start becoming conscious of everything when you change your diet
You
so
do,
drastically.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it changes a lot of parts of your life. You just have empathy in a different way for everything.
Yeah.
So that was the first step, was I can't sell things that are leather, which of course was a little bit difficult because beautiful things and high quality things are made of leather and
Yeah.
suede and all that. So it was sort of a store that's, I don't know if people have been to LA, on Melrose, sort of, it was near a college, so it was kind of going out clothes and things like that. So it was kind of easy to find things that weren't leather because it was cheaper things. I call it unintentionally vegan, where it's
Yeah.
just they're doing it to save costs.
Right.
So when I moved to LA, I decided, I wanted Louboutins, and I couldn't find a vegan kind of knockoff of their classic pump. So just one day I said, I think I'm going to make my own. And I
Wow.
just went through the process. I had the background in retail and all that and some contacts with manufacturers. But yeah, it was just like most things, fulfilling a need for myself first. And I thought, let's see if other people feel the same way. This was about 5 years ago, so the cruelty-free vegan terms weren't as common.
Yeah.
In the last year and a half, because of makeup and skincare, it's become so much a household term. So in the last year, I've seen a lot of a surge in interest for it being vegan.
Yeah. And for folks who may not understand, because your shoes are, leather looking, what
Yes.
kind of materials do you use to substitute animal skins?
Most of the leather is PU, which environmentally it's still a little better than real leather. People think because it's leather it decomposes, but they put so much chemicals on real leather that it's actually not. Less water waste, of course, the animals. So there's always this instant thing, well, it's plastic. It's not the fake leather of 20 years ago where
It's
it's
not
hard.
pleather. It's
Oh
not
no,
pleather.
no, 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 no. And there are different kinds of PU. Some have worse chemicals. It's not as safe for you. So we use, high quality materials. They're very soft. They feel real. That's for the leather. Micro suede for the suede. And then
Hmm.
sometimes it's just fabric materials. So it's just automatically vegan.
And I know you've got this showroom in your dining room, but
Yeah.
tell me about the team. I mean, is it really, and I know, from just kind of interacting with you over this past year or so, that you really are 24/7, around the clock every day, living and breathing this thing. Are you designing the shoes, taking them
Yeah.
to, the manufacturer? Like, are you from soup to nuts doing this thing?
Everything, everything. And I
Wow.
think for anybody who's thinking about starting a business like this, you have to be prepared to do everything, even if you have a team. When I first started, I had marketing people, I had people doing, like the Facebook ads and all that. I had a graphic designer doing all those things. Then you'd have some backup people for other kinds of ads, somebody running the social media, all that. And that was important because it was the early phases. So I needed to learn a lot of those things myself. Gradually, I've gotten rid of almost everyone and sort of taken over most of it myself. I'm
Yeah.
going to go back to hiring people, but there comes a point where things sort of balance out and you got to learn extra things. So I've started doing my marketing myself. And since I've done that, I've seen my sales double. They couldn't do that. The marketing team, only you know your business, only you know
Yeah.
your customer. So there has to be some phase where you're doing it all yourself to know how to tell other people how to do it. And I think I finally got to a point where I wasn't overloaded that I said, I got to take over everything again. So the
Yeah.
last 2 months, I've been doing everything. but I had enough of it under control that it's still overwhelming, but it's not too bad. So
Yeah.
I do the social media. A lot of times I take the pictures myself. I just hire a
What?
model. Yeah.
BeBe, that's
Yeah.
you? Because of course I follow you on social
Yeah.
media. Those photos are fabulous.
Thank you. It's hard sometimes because you have your own vision and you can explain it as much as you want to other people, but at the end of the day, you end up doing it yourself,
Yeah.
most of it anyway. Even if the photographer takes the pictures, I end up sitting and editing them. I'm always the stylist for it, creative director. So it's like at the end of the day, you just learn how to do everything yourself.
That's
So
amazing. Well, I have to say about your shoes, I love them so much. The next on my list are the new black shoes that kind of lace up. They kind of have a lucite heel.
oh
Um,
yes.
what?
Those have been delayed in customs for the last 2 weeks. Everybody is dying for them. Yeah, those I can't wait.
I
To come. I
can't.
have the sample, but
And it was the photograph on the social media with the model with it going up her leg.
oh yeah,
I mean, guys, go to Cult of Coquette on social media. On Instagram. You
yeah.
have to see these shoes. I was showing them to my boyfriend. I was like, I have to have these.
I know.
And it was a
It's a
photograph
good
more than
gift.
anything. Yes, it is.
And
Yes,
it's
it is.
Valentine's Day.
I know. So how do you make the one thing that I do love about your shoes, BeBe, is that not only are they beautiful and chic, but they're comfortable.
They are.
How do
They are.
you manage that?
Everybody has different things because some people aren't used to higher heels. So I try to mix it up as far as heel heights and keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
I'm getting older, so I don't do the high heels as much. So part of it is, I'm always use myself as the guinea pig. So when
Yeah.
I get samples made, I wear them for at least a month to see where is the issues with comfort, and then we'll change the sample. We go through a couple revisions before the final one. I don't know. It's like I put out shorter heels and then there's somebody complaining about wanting higher heels. I put out higher heels and then they say they want shorter heels. You're never going to make everybody happy. So
No.
now I know arch makes a big difference because sometimes the heel can be totally high, and as long as the arch is a comfortable, pitch, then it's not bad. Sometimes it's if it has a platform. So it depends on the shoe. You can't do everything with every style of shoe, but comfort has become a lot more important to me, just because I know if it's a more manageable heel, they'll wear it all day, and that's much better than just a sexy shoe. There's a time and a place for just a sexy shoe. Get out of the car, sit down.
Yes, there definitely is. And I love a high heel, and I love your high heels. I'm glad that that's an option out here for folks who, want to wear cruelty-free, vegan shoes. So how excited are you, BeBe, with the shift in fashion when it comes to, animal products, and seeing less, fewer and fewer or more designers decide not to use fur, not to use leather, to use more faux products. How excited are you to kind of have some company? Because you've been doing this for a minute. Like 5 years ago when you started, it wasn't like it is now.
No. people would just say vegan shoes. What does that mean? You can eat them? I mean, literally, they thought they didn't understand.
Right.
So yeah, it's a big difference, and it was very sudden. And I think cosmetics for that, because they made such a big deal about cruelty free. It's really exciting because they're really the only other person doing something of this kind of styles is Stella McCartney, and that's a much higher price point.
Much
if you don't
higher.
like those, much higher. And if you don't like the styles, it's, you know, you're limited to that one designer. They have their own way of doing things. So I think we're going to see a lot more, because with the banning of fur happening in a lot of states, people are going to start to put together, what is the difference between fur and leather? How is it any different? Like, it's just, they think because of the methods of getting the fur, it's somehow different, but it's like, it's the same thing. Once people become conscious of one step, they go to the next step. So, you know, from what I'm reading, leather alternatives are going to be a huge industry. And there's a lot of things. I'm excited also for things that aren't, you know, man-made materials, that are more plant-based. They're doing things with mushroom right now that seems really exciting. So as that spreads, then we'll have the options of the different materials and colors and all that. Right now it's so fresh and new, but I'm excited to start to go in that direction too. You know,
I'm excited too. Will we ever see a boot from Cult of Coquette?
Yes, I wanted to do it this year, but I got started a little late. Excuse me. I'm thinking of doing one maybe for spring, like a booty for spring to test it out, but then we'll go full force for fall, winter. I'm ready to do the thigh high boots. And
oh my God, I get just excited because you have such an eye when it comes to style that I know it's going to be fierce, whatever it is.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to, and I love for people to give me feedback. So if they follow the Instagram page, slide in the DMs, show me styles, existing styles you like. I really do take everything into consideration: colors, styles, heel heights. You know, at the end of the day, it's the customer. Customer is always right. So,
and you are very hands-on. I have to say, when I reached out, you know, I just sent an email, I think just to info at or whatever, and you emailed me back, and we had a whole dialogue about shoes. And the ones that I ordered were too big. You know what I mean? It was great. And I love those shoes. I wear them all. I have two pairs all the time.
I've seen you. I've seen you wear them. Yeah, I try to, I mean, I'm up late, so if I get an email at 1 in the morning, I answer it, and I love talking to everybody, and they seem so happy to connect to me. In the early days, I would have a fake alias and pretend to be like an assistant and answer from that, and I realized now in the Instagram age, people really want to know who's behind the brand and have that connection. So I've been starting to put more pictures of myself up. I used to kind of hide myself. And
oh no, you're too gorgeous for that. That was just an
it takes a lot of work to do it though.
I know. But yeah, you need to be the face.
Thank you.
Definitely do. Well, BeBe, I appreciate you. I love what you do. I love your products. I hate that you're wearing a million hats, but it seems to be the best thing.
I love it. I actually love it.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to be on the Vegan Sexy Cool podcast.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
I was just about to, I need water. Oh, here it is. Oh, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you. I had something in my eye the entire time, so hopefully I didn't look weird.
No.
There's something on my contact.
It's like with both of us. We're trying to like get to the end of this so we can cough and just. Thank you so much. But when I get out to LA, I was supposed to be out for the Golden Globes, but we ended up not doing it because of football. That's been 2 years in a row. I'm so disappointed, but hopefully I'll be out there.
Were you coming here off regularly before?
We would come every year. The TV show that I do for NBC, we would do a red carpet special for NBC for Golden Globes. But we haven't done it in the past 2 years.
Oh no!
I know.
All these award shows, it seems like the ratings and stuff are going down. People aren't as excited anymore.
They aren't.
I don't know why.
They aren't. It's
yeah, I remember when I was a kid, you'd look so forward to all the awards and like what everyone was wearing, and like, everybody would get together around the TV.
I'm like at 5 o'clock. I'm watching the the red carpet. When the red carpet opens, I'm there.
Yeah,
I want to see it all.
We need to judge everyone's choices.
I know. What are those shoes behind you? What are those pinky
purple
looking?
ones?
No, yes.
Those are the ones I just posted. These will be in. These came last week. I missed the delivery, so they're coming back next week.
Are those red?
They're like a hot pink, almost a fluorescent pink.
I love those.
It's the newest picture I posted. I'm wearing them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're super cute and very comfortable. The heel height is nice, and it has like an interesting heel.
I love that.
These will be coming with that shipment too. I haven't posted these yet. Next week I'm gonna kind of do
gorgeous.
Same kind of thing.
I
yeah,
love
I'm trying
those.
to take a little more chances now with colors and stuff. I feel like sometimes people are like, can you do more black pumps? I'm like, you can find vegan black pumps everywhere. I'm trying to do things that you can't find.
Please.
They'll avoid. Yeah.
Yeah. Do what you're doing. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. Please. No. All right, girl. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you face to face soon.
I know. Nice to finally meet you.
I know, right? Thank you for doing
this. All right.
this.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.